That tall, gangly thing?
What's up guys, my name is Gangly, and in this video I'm going to be breaking down the best items for each of the 20 new units that have been added to Teamfight Tactics set 4.5. Best in slot items refer to the best hypothetical items that a unit can use. However, this can be a bit subjective as there are a billion factors that go into each game that make certain itemizations more optimal than others. My goal for this video is to give you what I consider to be the best items for each of the new units. In addition to that, I'm also going to give you a list of other strong items that synergize with each unit. If you've seen some of my other videos, I'm sure you know that I am a huge proponent of slamming items early in order to maintain a strong board at every stage of the game. This usually means slamming strong but suboptimal items on your units. I'm also going to talk about the role that I believe these units should be playing. For instance, you can technically play a reroll comp of every 1 or 2 cost unit in the game. However, in this video you'll see that I prefer to use these units as item holders for late game carries. The role that each unit plays has a large impact on what I consider to be best in slot items for each unit. Now that I've explained the process for this video, let's get started. Brand is a Dragon Soul mage who is a perfect item carrier for AP items such as Blue Buff, Jeweled Gauntlet, and Morello. He can also utilize other mana items and AP items such as Hand of Justice and Rabadon's Death Cap. Nasus can be used as an early game carry or an item carrier, utilizing Titan's Resolve, Jeweled Gauntlet, but also tank items such as Dragon Claw, Bramble Vest, Sunfire Cape, Gargoyle Stoneplate. He can also hold other AP items such as Morello Nomicon and Rabadon's Death Cap. While you can play a reroll Tristana with multiple static shivs, I prefer to utilize her as an early game item carrier, using AD items such as Last Whisper, Infinity Edge, and Static Shiv. In addition, she can also hold other AD items such as Rageblade, Hand of Justice, Bloodthirster, Guardian Angel, and Giant Slayer. Braum is a Dragon Soul Vanguard and is the perfect early game tank. His best in slot items are Sunfire Cape, Bramble Vest, and Dragon's Claw, but he can also utilize other tank items such as Gargoyle Stoneplate, Warmogs, and Ionic Spark. Like Braum, Nautilus is another early game tank who can utilize the same itemization of Sunfire Cape, Bramble Vest, Dragon Claw, as well as other tank items such as Gargoyle Stoneplate, Warmogs, and Ionic Spark. Rakan is an Elderwood Keeper and is the perfect utility. He can use items such as Morello Nomicon, Ionic Spark, and Sunfire Cape, but he can also act as an item carrier for mana items such as Blue Buff and Spear of Sojin, and also use items like GA. Vladimir is a Cultist Siphoner who's the perfect item carrier for these single target AP items. Blue Buff, Jeweled Gauntlet, Rabadon's Death Cap, as well as other mana and single target items such as Spear of Sojin, Chalice of Harmony, and Giant Slayer. Darius can be utilized as a mid-game carrier, but most likely is probably going to be an item carrier, utilizing items such as Jeweled Gauntlet, Ionic Spark, and QSS. In addition, he can hold other AP items or support items such as Chalice, Locket, and Rabadon's Death Cap. Neeko is an AP carry who wants to burst enemies with her AoE abilities. Because of this, her best in slot items are Blue Buff, Jeweled Gauntlet, and Infinity Edge. However, she can also utilize any other mana or AP items such as Rabadon's, Chalice, Morello's, Hand of Justice, or Spear of Sojin. Shyvana is a Dragon Soul Brawler and is the main carry of the 8 Brawler comp. Her best in slot items are RFC, Runan's Hurricane, and Deathblade. However, she can also utilize basically any other AD items such as Giant Slayer, Ginsu's Rageblade, BT, Infinity Edge, Last Whisper, and Hand of Justice. Sivir is one of the most flexible units of the game because she can act either as a utility carry or an item carrier. Personally, I find Sivir strongest when she's holding items such as Zeke's Herald, Chalice, or Locket. However, she can also be used as an item carrier for any of your AD items. Aurelion Sol is a Dragon Soul mage whose main priority is just to get his cast off. In order to do this, his best in slot items will be Blue Buff, Spear of Sojin, and Rabadon's Death Cap. However, he can also use other AP or casting items such as Jeweled Gauntlet, Nai, Chalice of Harmony, Morello Nomicon, or Hand of Justice. Cho Gath is a fabled brawler and is a very strong tank in the late game. He can utilize defensive items such as Bramble Vest and Dragon Claw, but he can also use items like Morello's because of his large AoE ult. Other items that work on him are general tank items, Gargoyle Stoneplate, Warmogs, Ionic Spark, and Sunfire. Kayle is a Divine Executioner. Her best in slot items are RFC, Ginsu's Rageblade, and QSS. Other items that are strong on her are Rabadon's Death Cap, Giant Slayer, Morello's, and Hand of Justice. Tryndamere is a 4-cost duelist Slayer Warlord who can do tons of damage when itemized. Items that work well on him are Hand of Justice, IE, and QSS. However, any AD item like Giant Slayer, Bloodthirster, Deathblade, Last Whisper, RFC, or other defensive items like Guardian Angel will all work very well on him. Olaf is the main carry of the Dragon Soul Slayer comp and can utilize items like RFC, Runaan's Hurricane, and Deathblade to do massive amounts of damage. However, other items that work on him are Giant Slayer, Guardian Angel, Bloodthirster, Last Whisper, Infinity Edge, and Hand of Justice. Xayah is an Elderwood Keeper Executioner who does insane damage when itemized with double Hand of Justice and has the protection of Guardian Angel. However, other AD or casting items are very strong on her, such as Giant Slayer, Runaan's Hurricane, Deathblade, Last Whisper, Infinity Edge, QSS, and Spirit of Sojin. Ornn is a late game tank with massive amounts of CC if he can get his cast off. Best in slot items for him are Bramblevest, Dragonclaw, and Morello. He can also use other generic tank items like Gargoyle Stoneplate, Warmogs, Ionic Spark, and Sunfire. Samira has on more than one occasion one-shotted the entire enemy backline. The best way to get her to do this is with Guardian Angel and other AD items such as Last Whisper and Infinity Edge. She can also utilize other defensive or offensive items such as Deathblade, Hand of Justice, Giant Slayer, and QSS. Finally, Swain is a Dragon Soul Siphoner who can be utilized as a frontline to do crazy amount of damage over time. In order to get him going, we'll want to use Morello's, Hextech Gunblade, and Guardian Angel. However, he can also use both offensive and defensive items because he's a frontline damage dealer, such as Hand of Justice, Rabadon's Deathcap, Warmogs, Ionic Spark, Sunfire, Dragonclaw, and Bramblevest. Like I said at the beginning of this video, these are the items that I believe are best in slot for the units I mentioned. However, as different metas emerge, we may learn that there are certain comps that favor specific itemizations over the ones I mentioned in this video. But in general, this video serves as a guide as to how to itemize all of these new champions. If you think there's a more optimal way to itemize any of the champions I covered in this video, please let me know in the comments. I would love to see what optimizations you guys have made to these champions during your own playtesting of the set. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time.